Hello Blender folks, welcome back to Pxy-VERSE. Yes, so I've been away from live stream for many days, weeks, but now I'm returning. Next week we will bring back those, I'll be bringing back those daily streaming of whatever I'm working on, and yeah, I'll spread in a few days, some days in English and some days in Portuguese. So let's get also the soundtrack here. And alright, so I need to warm up here because there are many days I don't do this live streaming. Essentially I was struggling with what should I or should not live stream, and lots of other issues to solve in life, life problems. But now things are getting better, so I can get back into this workflow and this habit of making the stream. It's good for the channel, better than the highlights, or as much good as the highlight. Actually, it's the streaming that made me able to do the highlights, because they are extracted from the live streams, right? So maybe I create a few more highlights today, we'll see. So I have an important to-do list here, and I need to continue doing this, and there are a lot of trouble here to fix. This is a headache, right? Rigging is a headache sometimes, but I need to get through this. So this is the main character of my project of sci-fi. It can be also high fantasy, magic fantasy. This is she's Dorothy, and I'm reusing the rig, the body with some adaptations. Yeah, so, and I'm about to make the, well, let's say call like that, the ultimate rig, right? And so it needs to be a template. Why the head is not? Oh, this is because of a glitch. Okay, so I'm making here a super skeleton, which is what I call a master puppeteering skeleton for 3D animation in Blender. So this allows us to use the Auto IQ option, which we can find in the Tool tab. Those options, Auto IQ. I made Alt X shortcut here, so we can toggle between this. And so you see, there are a lot of ways. Let's say, let's reduce. We can scroll here. It's super versatile, and we can use it in sync with. I've been sharing this idea over and over again, but it's so cool and underrated. This is actually a special rig that use I-key bone constraint, right, for the hand, and it also can use, in addition to the, lots of things. It can also use this puppeteering thing. So the Auto I-key allows us to change. I can also enable a head I-key for the head, and I-key bone constraint for head. It's not here, there's a switch somewhere. Oh yes, it's a panel that I cannot show it right now, unfortunately. Basically there's a bone which has a switch, but it's a custom property. But I'm using Blender 4.4.1, so here the upgrade from 4.4.0 messed up with several things, so yeah, that happens. So I've decided to get through this because I want to be using the new features, right? Despite it being a corrective version release, right, from 4.1 to 4.2 0 to 1, right, it still got bugs. Like crazy things can go on. So for the example, this file, I had to completely make a new file and then reappend everything into it. So otherwise there'll be some very crazy thing happening to the motion paths. I couldn't fix in any way. So very bizarre stuff. So very unrecommended to do this kind of stuff on a project. But here, because I'm still creating this asset, right, it will be linked later on to a scene for 3D animation, so I can, it's okay for me to do this, but yeah, some more trouble to fix. Let's go to the list. So helper rig adaptation. Okay, there are some major things here that I still need to do. Facial waves. Oh yeah, build on the facial rig. Okay, so there might be some bones here on the face that I still need to so this will be a rigging workflow, right? Live streaming, and there will be a lot of things. I can look on the list, but I'll be doing a lot of things and try to solve as much as I can, right? So let's see here. What do I need here? I need the armature, yes, bone collections, and so we want the facial bones. We'll just look for the deform, yeah, but the deform of the, okay, I want the head. Then there's some facial, yes, some facial bones, eyebrows, orbicularis, oculi, lips, yes, there are a lot of jaws, chin, arcades, tongue. Okay, everything here is from, of course, because it's face. All right, good collection here, right? What if I turn this off? Okay, this is good, just perfect. Okay, just what I need, or sort of. So these are all the deformed bones for the face, and there are some mechanism bones here. I should probably get them to another layer, but not now. So I'm gonna assess the waves of the face, and it will be a bit difficult here. Too many bones. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's start hiding some objects here. Sorry, because they don't matter. Yeah, we need the body, we don't need the costume, and let's see. Yes, this is apparently that's what we need, right? Correct. There's also control bones. So if you are familiar with rigging characters already in Blender, you might be familiar with the idea that, yeah, rigs can get super complicated in spite of the requirements of some approach to simplify stuff. It's just the way it is, right? It's just too hard to get something that is on a complex character design with complex features. We want good deforms and a lot of control, so we need to do a lot of stuff. So it sort of end up being normal if we want a lot of cool stuff happening. This is quite frustrating, I would say, in rigging. So it's important to become good at rigging. At least that I was taking a break, so that was important for me, but now I need to re-warm up on those things. So okay, let's see here. Facial waves. Okay, build latest setup. We need to make sure that the automations here of the eyes, first the eyes, so probably stuff from the lower face I'm gonna ignore. So fortunately I remember stuff. So yeah, so here will be a little complicated, so let's instead, yeah, not eye coins, eyebrows. Maybe we bring the eyebrows, this eyelashes, maybe not the eyelash right now, lips, yeah, and this is for the lower face. Okay, I could even subdivide this, but for now make hierarchy, but this is good enough now. Alright, so I think I've ended up trying to fix this right here. See, there's some wrong faces. Let's go on edit mode here. This mesh for some reason got the wrong material. Let's fix this right now. Yeah, let's give this temporarily material so we know this is a, this will be like it's part of the eyelids mesh, right? Actually, what is this? Yeah, it's still using the lipstick, right? These faces here. These are the eyelids. These are the eyelids border. So it's a special setup. Yeah, it's non-manifold, but it should work. So let's go here for now. Probably I would solve this with image texture, right? It'll just be the continuation here of the skin, and I just get this as fix this in the texturing UV texturing steps, but I'm not there yet, so this is why I need to hold this for a moment. Alright, I could also hide these faces here to better assess what I'm working on here. Of course they won't be masked there, but I have a mask precisely for this, alright, on object mode, so that can work, alright. As a bit bizarre looking like that, but it's part of the okay, let's not ignore the eyebrows maybe. Okay, let's get the waves cleared. So build latest setup. Okay, the automation and the waves. Universe sonic melt setup. Import and adapt ice track setup. Okay, we got that. Update drivers to switch. Oh, drivers to switch. Okay, in order to fix the drivers thing, I'll need to look at my file and recover that thing. It's a Python file. I don't know where it is. Armature. Oh, there it is. Dorothy armature template. So it is precisely 3D card. Okay, good. So if I run this script, something should appear here. My panel. Okay, it's appeared, but it's broken. Let's see what could be the, why should it be broken? Maybe it's not registering. Let's see. PPI prop collection keys, skeleton not found. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it's about the... Okay, so it creates the skeleton, but I think that's the... Okay, that's the reason the panel is worked, so it's being registered. That's fine. What is happening is that I've changed the bone layers, so I need to rename some stuff here. So instead of skeleton, I think this is a control skeleton, probably. Let's see here. Text skeleton. That's what will appear in the panel. Right, there we go. It's for the body, then control face, I guess. Let's get the master face. This is temporary. I'm not fixing this right now. Face, and here is a helper that will be like deform. Deform all. Why not? No, not. Of course, this will not work. It will appear, but it doesn't work because it depends on the. It's bizarre, this hierarchy thing. So I'm still getting used to it. So this is just okay. Then we have some more stuff. Okay, there is the. All right. So there's also. What is this one? Ike head. Oh, okay. This is Ike head. Okay. There should appear something there, but it's this. Why it depends on. Doesn't seems to be right. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna get temporary and see what happens if we get this thing. Oh, I see what's happened. This is not the last version. I had a recall the custom property, but this is not the last version, so it's like okay, I think I know a way to, if I open Blender, a previous Blender version, yeah, not gonna do this now, sorry folks. So here, let's go back. So I'll get the information here. So recover, try to recover template Dorothy from the opening previous files on Blender 4, which I think I've just uninstalled. So yeah, so by doing this I should be able to fix this this problem entirely. Yeah, so here let's jump this alright, for the head, for the face rig, there's no need of drivers here, so this switch, if I'm not wrong, so this is not a problem. What do you have here? Why this face? Let's just change material here. Alright. No, this is not, alright. Okay, facial waves, ability setup, universal outer. Eyelash connect to eyelids, is that correct? This is a little setup that I need to investigate if it will work in the end. And I believe yes, because I have a plan now to, it's for the eyebrows rig. It's very important. If we just use shrink wrap modifier to the eyebrows mesh object, and the eyelashes meshes are connected, are on the face mesh, the body mesh, then the eyebrows mesh object will, its mesh will also shrink wrap to the eyelids when it goes down. So this is horrible, and we can't make good expressions, cartoony expressions with that. Maybe not even realistic expressions, so a naturalistic one. So we need to, well, it's more for cartoon expression where the eyebrow gets really close to the eye, right? So this kind of expression, so this is why we sometimes we need to separate the eyelash from the head, separate mesh objects. But I found a way to keep them connected. I prefer to keep them connected. I think it's much easier to work like that, although that will create a non-manifold mesh, but that doesn't seem to cause too many problems. Actually, it's solvable. It's not a big deal. Okay, eyelash connect to the eyelids. Why do I have this note if it is already like that? Yes, it is. So let's check this out. Yeah, this is done. But face ghost mesh doesn't contain eyelash. Okay, so this is just a note actually. Then eyebrows stuff shrink wraps not to eyelash. Okay, this was what I was talking about. Treat eyebrows as lips. Yes, universonic mouth wig with dynamic ghost mesh. Okay, so maybe it's time to do this whole thing here. So basically this is for the body, yeah, the helper system. This I want to do today. It's a big topic. Okay, let's if I solve this thing, then I'm pretty close to concluding. But there are so many things here, little things, little details, so this is time consuming to get in touch with. So we are going to see optimal display. What is happening here? Well, turns out this is the yeah, never mind. I don't know, but we need to fix this. So let's get. So I need to create the ghost mesh for the upper, at least for the upper face, so that I can try the setup. Yeah, so that will be something like this. So just expand. Now let's also hide these eyelashes. Alright, if I press L here, I can immediately grasp a lot of face here, but this is not. Alright, this might be enough, so let's pick this, and anything else? No. So it stops there, and here we just add this and this. I'm gonna do this for now. And yes, I could. Some mesh here might not be required. Yeah, let's skip that one. Under the chin is that really necessary? Let me remember the effect of the ghost muzzle. Does it need to, is the mouth that needs to go? Yeah, maybe no, maybe this is useless. All right, so go until the, we'll try to simplify these things here. All right, okay, let's finish here. Then we are also gonna get this We're gonna not take the nose because it's pointy. Here it's also pointy, the cheekbone, but this is an exception. And I need to exclude the lips. Okay, so I'm gonna make this into a vertex group. It's just a managerial one. There are two ways to do this. Okay, let's make vertex group XXX, just assign just now. Let's see what we've got. Alright, that seems should I exclude this? Yeah, we can try to remove this. Let's go again. I'm tempted to improve this, but okay, for some reason it's getting this one. I don't know. Whatever. That should work also. We could pick this face loop. Shouldn't be horrible. Okay, let's assign this. Let's see what are these separator face. Okay, this is from a node model, so I can just pick this name. I delete it. What about this one? Select separator muzzle. There is none. So here we're gonna. This is a managerial, so we could put it at the top, right? So, like, it's not hide. Let's see. Separator face. Let's see what that creates. Yeah, you see it goes in the bottom. I don't like it, but that's okay. Separator. Okay, so whenever I get this, if I do not change the mesh topology, then I can get this all this selection back, despite the fact it is not wave painted yet. I can still transfer waves to it later, but okay, I want to test it for the eyes first, so let's do a Shift DP, and this we probably can automate with Python, but this could be a bit tricky. It's not my I want to do that at some point. So now we've got that face separated, and we're gonna make something different here. I'm gonna activate this ghost, and we're gonna shift click here. I'm gonna join, and now that mesh is there. There's nothing else. You can see that if I right there, there's just this, right? The object was empty. Now it got inherited a lot of waves, which is not incorrect. Let's see if there is anything like bro here. What is this? This is completely incorrect. Okay, bro is fine. What is not fine is eyebrows, and there's no eyebrows here. So this is the same principle of the inverse sonic mouth rig. It's like we are treating the I'm treating the eyebrow here. I will be treating the eyebrow as we would treat the lips. They float on top of the lower face, and the eyebrow, they will float on top of the upper face, or the forehead, or the orbicularis oculi region on top of the eyes. So the eyebrow which is a separated mesh object, will follow no, it's not what I mean. Hold on. Yeah, it's similar in some aspect. It's different, still different. I'm gonna use this ghost mesh for both a single one for. There are many ways to do this, right? Oops, facey, no face. Because I know this works, we can have a single shrink wrap target. Okay, I already got 2 subdivisions. Okay, this way it's a better target for the control rig, especially if they have to shrink wrap to shrink wrap bond constraint on the mesh. Then they won't be jumpy, they will be smoother, they'll follow a smoother motion path, smoother path. So here let's see what we can do here. We want the so this mesh doesn't have an armature modifier, which is incorrect. So we're gonna check if it has shape keys. Yes, it got. We don't need the shape keys, so delete all. Okay, apparently there's not a button for delete all shape keys. Yes, for the face ghost. There we go. We also don't need any materials here. Let's clean all that. There are probably other data here that we don't need, but here we right, backspace. All right, so this let's see, it doesn't have an armature modifier, so not generate deform armature. We're gonna, it should have the correct parent, right? Relations parental. Okay, this is correct. So it just needs the deform here. Don't need preserve volume for that. So this ghost mesh, basically, if I isolate, it should be deforming. Yes, so you see the ghost mesh inherited those deforms from the face, the real face. This is a eyebrow bone handle, right? And this is a brow bone. So the idea is that the eyebrow will follow the brow, but I can offset it, right, if I want. But this is not sufficient to prevent, unfortunately, intersections. Well, depend on the design of the eyebrow, right? If the eyebrow is too thin, good idea to be looking at it right now, then yes, it will not be safe on all sorts of poses. It will be not easy, but it will be, you see, here already got intersections. And so this will happen because because the mesh is not equivalent, right? The mesh of the eyebrow and the mesh of the upper face, although they are sort of analog, right? Their face loop, but they're not the same. So this will, I could correct this, but this is the point now, is that I can use shrink wrap bone constraints on these bones targeting the ghost face. But this is not over yet, because I'm gonna pick that, and as I've shown in some tutorial, this is from the Universal Sonic Melt rig, but there's no demonstration of this process that I've made, so it's very interesting. Shrink flatten operator and negative 0.02. Let's try that. This is too much, right? Let's do a Alt S again. So it's shrink flatten. We're gonna do, yeah, we just need to shrink it, like, oh, this is a different scaling of the, okay, 0.02 then. So Alt S negative 0.002. Let's assess this mesh. Looking quite good for me, yes. So here maybe I've made a mistake about these bones, but we're gonna just connect this, the bones now, this mesh. So I'm gonna close this, and for now we probably don't need all this. I don't know what happened here. Actually nothing happened there, it's just that I think there's, no, this was not, okay, something weird happened there, but this is not really a problem. So this is behind. We're gonna get here now the face and the real face, and now we're gonna get hold on, I'm missing something. No, it's not about this stuff. Shrink wrap eye holes. What is this? Outside. Okay, this is a protection. So the eye holes, the orbicularis oculi, they don't get inside the eyes. Okay, that's correct. Eyelids. This is my technique for eyelids. So they follow the eye, the surface, curved surface of the eye, right? They're not the control bones, folks, so ignore. Just assessing that they have the shrink wrap eyelid border, so this is just to prevent inside, so it's like this mesh that is behind, it will stick inside, it will not, whichever motion I do on the control bones here, it will stay on that distance from the eye surface, like inside, so it's from the inside, it will stay this distance away. Alright, then we have the eyelids push, so this is for the eyelash push, sorry. So that in this way, the eyelash, which you don't see here, they are masked, they won't be, also they will maintain a certain distance from the so it's a bit like this outside surface, but a bit stronger maybe. Yeah, so because these two, right, they work together. Yeah, let's do as like that. So basically this will push already the mesh of the eyelids forward, but then what about the ones of the, so they will eat upon the, right, they override the position of the eyelashes, so I need to compensate by just pushing the eyelashes also. And yeah, I could use probably the same value there. Let's see what happens. Not good, right? So don't know why, so it needs to be a bit stronger. As I say, it seems to be good. Here there's strange curvature, but I think it's okay. It's just the subdivision looks weird, but in the end this would work. Right, let's save here. So let's fix the currently the ghost mesh is not doing anything, right? So I need the control for the control or the deforms. Well, let's pick the control, right? So I need to find the control upper face here. We need to find out the eyebrows, tweak eyebrows, right? And so here we got some tweak eyebrows. So these bones are important. We can give them a shrink wrap bone constraint to the ghost face. And so let's start with this one, shrink wrap. Let's target there. It's this one. On surface, no, yeah, it's an eyebrow, right? So on surface might be outside surface. Distance, we could hold, let's see, can give it a distance that might be safer for most cases. Lost the target. So it will always try to maintain the same distance. So we'll have to find out what is, this is usually correct. This alignment, I don't think it will be a good idea here, because this is dependent on the rig that I've made. Yeah, so we don't want this thing here. Just reset, so it will stick forward. It's my choice. So now I can do this. I need to do this for all these bones, otherwise they will, right? And also I can probably augment this distance a little more. This is my mouse, I guess. I think this is too much, right? No, actually, remember that I have reduced the size, right? But this is a more visual thing. I don't want it precisely to be sticking onto the face. It needs to be above the face. So that's why this value might be more, right? And so now if I, whenever I push, no, oh, this is the deformed bone. Of course, it's not the wrong bone I'm picking. Okay, let's say I pick this one. Okay, then the eyebrow ends there, right? So here we got a problem for the face. Maybe I should expand that, and this. Anyway, the intersections here is probably because not only this, but I need to reproduce this on the other bone. So I'm gonna select by color. Actually, collection. Then we're gonna just Shift-Alt-C, copy everything to it. Let's see. No. No, this is not working. This is the active. Oh, Shift-Alt-C, not Shift-Alt-X. Alright. So now all these bones, let's do Shift-Alt-X is the select mirror, right? So you have all these the same, the same bone constraint, right? These controllers, they are not good. Select collection. Let's change this color to something easier to see, and also let's choose and then scale. Really? Okay. No, let's not do this. Why it is rotated like that? Okay, the bone is rotated, right? So let's just fix the alignment there. Roll. Yes, that's correct. Let's hide this for a moment. Yeah, this is... So apparently this is was not sufficient. Oh, hold on. I'm having a different idea here, folks. Of course, why I'm doing this. I can use the shrink wrap modifier. It might be much better because I have the ghost face. Instead of using this, because then I'll have the whole mesh shrink wrap. The shrink wrap bone constraint is not good for what I'm doing here. For because this is about the mesh sticking to the curved surface. It's not good for... I have to have a legion of this, and this is not the case because the eyebrows are bendy bones spline, so they can't snap. I don't have the legion of bones, so I did all this not for nothing. So I'm gonna Control Shift C. Let's delete all this bone constraints. So this was a mistake. It's because I was having the idea that it was wrong to shrink wrap the eyebrow mesh. No, it is not wrong. It is not wrong, provide either the eyelash mesh object is, yeah, it's separated. It's not the case. It is connected to the face, but then instead of shrink wrapping the eyebrow mesh object directly into the... Okay, it goes after the subdivision. Could go after the solidify maybe? No, let's give it after the... So shrink wrap maybe here. So yeah, it goes to the end, fine. So we got it here. Let's get on surface, but onto the face ghost. So onto the face ghost, which does not include the eyelashes meshes. And so in this way, when I move this down, it will ignore, so it will not snap on the... And so in this way, we can solve we can prevent one very tricky problem. But now I have to fix this value here, which was expected. I need to give this some sort of value that is adequate with the so you see, it's not... If, however, this target were the body, then shit happens. Because the eyebrow is part of the mesh, right? So let's just go to the eyebrow here and get here the ghost mesh, and here we can have this thing done. Of course, there might still be rigging problems, but you see, in principle, this is already doing an equate, well, what I need here, maybe more distance, maybe more subdivision. I think this is dangerous, right? But, or just more geometry maybe. In this case, wouldn't be the opposite? No, it's not the case. Okay, subdivision first, solidify. Now let's get the solidify later. Yeah, so geometry, maybe we need to improve this. Yeah, this geometry is not so rich, so let's bevel this and see if we can this is not looking good. GG. Yeah, here I've repositioned this. Yeah, it's not looking very nice either. Probably you can use some snapping here, right? So I'm gonna hide this. Snap face project, yeah, why not? Let's hide some stuff here and turn off this probably if I could get a few more subdivisions that could help, right? Yeah, in this place here, so let's just bevel this, maybe better. Maybe here we, yes, I sense that we might need some better geometry here, right? Yeah, maybe I underestimated the because just because I had the subdivision surface modifier, that would be enough, but no, actually maybe not, because precisely I need real geometry because of the waves. Despite the fact there are bendy bones involved, it just might not be sufficient. So let's try to re-snap this. Shift-E, take off all this and do this again. Shift-E 0.3. Let's try to reassess. Okay, we got some issue there. Snapped onto the wrong target. This is just a bone. I don't know if this could cause some problem. This is snapping, move, rotate, scale. Yeah, so it's snapping for everything. Reset. What's happening to the... Why do you have this? Transparent things there? I'm not sure what's going on. We need to be on... something about the wireframe object mode. Okay, it was something about, I don't know, I couldn't get out of the X-ray system. Oh, it was probably pose mode thing. Yeah, the pose mode madness. Alright, so here, this shrink wrap enabled. The solidify also. And so this improvement in the mesh geometry should have fixed some of the posing. Yeah, we see that it's a bit more regular, but the shrink wrapping is really, yeah, no, it's actually not good. Let's see if there's anything. Is that the solidify that is causing all that? No. We should also address the deforms. Maybe a bit more some multiple interaction of stuff, right? Let's assess the wave paint rate. I don't need the bones here. The vertex groups are just these ones, left and right, right? So apparently this is not, it is the shrink wrap. Or maybe we could, if we just do this thing. This is not, usually it's not good to do here. Yeah, we see that it smooths out, but this sometimes is not what we really need. Is Dendrils to be doing this stuff. It's not really improving. So it's jiggling, right, as we pose. So this is the effect of the shrink wrap modifier, right? Shrink wrap. Aha. Okay, so there's still some strange motion going on, but suddenly it got better. It has to do with the subdivision of the Yeah, we should be careful about this. Is not. Yeah, so there are a lot of artifacts and issues that are not good with this, especially because the upper the front head, the forehead is not that smooth on this character. It is smooth but not sufficient. And but yeah, for the eyebrow, this having, yeah, look at this. This is not spreading of the mesh, right? It's too visible, so it's not good for 3D animation. What if I then just simplify the geometry? It doesn't really help, right? But if I super simplify the, why not making this a simple, instead of a mesh, let's make it as a grease pencil. Why not, right? Because I'm sort of tired of these problems. We could, well, I have the same problem still occurs here. I got the mesh deforms really bad with this, right? Because of the shrink wrapping, right? When the bones shrink wrap instead of the mesh, we had perhaps a little better control of these artifacts, yes, but then we might need a lot of little bones. I need to transform the bone in a mechanism bone and convert it to mini deformed bones that will follow the mechanism and curvature, mechanism bendy bone curvatures. There would be 3 bendy bones, I think, in total, bendy bone splines. And well, but actually, after I've simplified the mesh, it's kind of working now. Suddenly, all right. So I think this is enough, right? Yeah. So I need to fix the waves again, but now I think this is working. So just simplified the mesh. So it's very bizarre, right? And have to get this order here. Yeah. So remember, let's take a note here. Oh, look what I did. Actually, the geometry was this. Okay, let's take a note here. Yeah, we fixed this one. So let's take eyebrows. Are just one face loop. Eyebrow is just one face loop. Otherwise, too many awkward shrink wrap modifier artifacts. Face ghost mesh object is present, is the target. Object target, then, and finally the stack object modifier stack. So basically we have shrink wrap followed by subdivision followed by solidify. It's always confused me. And I'm gonna pick a screenshot from this because I think it will be worth it too. There we go. Let's fix the waves here. So what went wrong? What went wrong with the waves is that I should be looking at the eyebrows bones here because so we don't want this interference here. Because the bendy bones will react very strangely. Like they will propagate scalings to the opposite side. It's very unnatural. So you should avoid this for bendy bone splines. And here we want to isolate this, but we can, maybe we can have just smooth out here. Alright, we can leave like that, and here we see where's the last one we don't want. Yeah, I barely see anything here, but I think it's correct. Subdivision is also not helping, and I can probably smooth this, and that's it. Then the last one, take off these waves. Here we can just smooth here and maximize here, and that should do. It's mirror modifier, so it's symmetrized. You see this is working pretty nice. You see how these bones, they are, you see, despite they could go, I could give them a control rig, right, so they snap, but it's not a problem because now the mesh is snapping, it's shrink wrapping, so the eyebrows mesh is shrink wrapping, so this is outside surface, so this is just equivalent, sort of, and the subdivision will improve it. So here we see that we got one very important, this way the ghost mesh we don't need to look at. Let's see how she goes with the hair. Alright, and now we need the control rig of the upper face. Alright, yeah, the hair is not helping too much, right? Yeah, there's still some bad this kind of expression. So if we don't want the eyebrow to snap to the eyelash, so this is why we need to shrink wrap the eyebrow mesh, or the bones, in my case was the eyebrow, to a face ghost. Maybe the waves of the face ghost need to be improved, right? This is plausible, it's not complete, right? We can also scale here. but in principle we don't scale these bones. And we can move them with a master. This is not really, yeah, this will be some sort of masters, but it says I key bone constraint, right? It's not fully cool, but sort of works. So I can tweak, I can stretch. It's interesting control, right? It's not ideal, but I found that it's kind of useful. You can do a lot of stuff, but it's like, in principle, a lot of this will be pose asset. This is very important for what I want, right? Unfortunately, I need to improve this, but the important thing is that we can get the expressions working, right? So and yeah, I think this is fine. And if we want, we can even, let's see, yeah, so here is the thing. So we want to make this lacking automation some places. Yes, so this is not. This bone is automating. Yeah, so I need to fix this. I need to bring these bones down as well. So it's not that these are bone constrained or parented. It's just that it's parent probably. Let's see. No, it's not. It's not this. No, it's not this. No, it's relations. Okay, this is at the top. Handle bro, yeah, so it's parented to the handle bro, and the handle bro is the ones which are suffering from an automation here. So I need to get to the we don't control the bro here, or do we? Oh, we got something here indeed. This is not handle bro, this is the right. These are automated, these are fine. Here is stuff, so I need to address what's going on there. Okay, so I need to pick these bro bones there. Facial actually. So this is a bro that is not moving. So I just need to copy this bone constraint here. Yes, just this bone constraint to tweak I hold 03. No, actually, yes. So actually, this thing, I need to. Yeah, it's the same, but 01. And let's reduce this amount also. So now we got something like this. I don't know why this. Yeah, because this is moving too much. And let's see, does this... Yes, so it started because of the original positioning, I think it start to have the different curvature, right? So this moves too much indeed, so maybe we need to change that. So we don't want all this motion here. And this also seems to be moving too much. Yeah, so now this is a little more equilibrated. It's still moving a lot. I need to find, right, some... an adequate amount. It can be challenging. This one is still moving. Should it move more or less? Okay, but now it's a little better, at least this one, right? We can get everything we do is good, but we can get some approximations. This rotation, I don't think we are using this setup. Oh, these have two. This is the other setup, right? So that means that I can have this motion here. Let's see. Turn this off. Let's try to use the I could use the custom space instead of relying, but these are closer, right? So let's see. Oh yeah, this one they rotate. So yeah, we could indeed get. So you can have copy transforms. Let's say yes, copy transforms, and we can get the local space, custom space, then we got the armature, then we got the bone. Now we get this one, and replace before original, though won't make any difference here. Oh yeah, it is not using its local. It's not really working. It's doing some invert motion. Oh, the target is different, of course. We need to here local space. Now it's following, yeah. So this is better. We got more control. It's dangerous, but it makes more sense. So gonna get rid of this other one, I think, which is less effective. And here we can change this value again. Now this is more realistic, more interesting, right? And so way better. And so here we're gonna do the same thing here. Gonna Control C and then shift click this, Shift Alt C, and change the targets. This and this will augment, and this one will be, I think will be the, yeah, this one. So we're gonna place this and this, and I don't remember what was the value, but it should be something like this. Then we just need to, now maybe this one is less. Maybe a little less here as well. And with this motion we can solve these curvatures on occasions. Yeah, about the, I need some eyelids ls controller to solve this when it moves up. I don't see it here, so this won't resolve the problem. Alright, and then we can probably just get some bones here symmetrized, why not? And now we get, it's mostly working here, so you see the eyebrow is not intersecting with, well, it can intersect, but it's not, most important, it's not shrink wrapping to the, but there's still one problem. I don't need to solve this here actually, but we could do this, right? Yeah, it is feasible. If I have the, I could use another shrink wrap target, but to the eye, ghost eyes, I think I have eye surface in this case. Outside surface, no, outside, yeah. So that means that basically, let's see, what's the eyelids? Yeah, copy this value here. No, not eyelids border, eyelids. Yeah, eyelids. This one. So this is really not necessary, but what does that mean? If is that okay? Now the eyebrow is not shrink wrapped anymore, but you see that it won't. It is shrink wrapped to the eye surface. So the eye surface is participating in the process. And so the same object can have, you can build a structure of from multiple mesh object targets. So shrink wrap to eye surface, shrink wrap to face ghost. Yeah, so this is not the ghost, it's really the eyes, but because I'm not using something like a UV warp modifier, I think this is why I can stack everything onto the eye surface, right? It's a different system outside, so it can it will just have problems, it will just interact when it is outside. So for instance, now it can go on top of the eye, not that that would happen, but right, it can go there. Yeah, of course this is super awkward, but let's see, but it will always stay outside, right? So it's not necessary, but it's it's another way to because there would be a hole here, and so I don't want to have to prevent certain artifacts, I don't know, that could happen because I pose this too close to the eye hole, literally. Then there will be still this area of protection, but really it's just a, it's not really necessary. How do you call it? Not really, something not really necessary. It's like dispensable. So just that I know this is not super important, right? So I'm gonna make a highlight about this, some part of this setup, because I think it's very interesting, very important. There are not a lot of tutorial about eyebrows rigging that contain this kind of thing. I'm still annoyed by this automation here. I think this is because this bone here is, well, this is a lot actually, right? So maybe this is normal to happen, but it's still annoying, right? Let's see. Usually I'll have the eyelids, right, controllers, so this we can easily fix here. Yeah. So you see, it's not super, they were just hidden. I have some automation here already, but need some. Oh, these are the masters. Okay, the ones in the center. They're not doing all the best results. Yeah, there'll be many character design things I need to address here. It's not sufficient what I've done, and this will take a little while to process. This is just shading, shadow. Yeah, the eyelashes are lacking automation. For some reason this is moving too fast. Yeah, this automation I need to maybe improve. Hold on, folks, I need to be back in a moment. Let's see. Pause. 3 minutes, yeah. Be right back.